Let's get straight into it. Here's my list of 8 Australian TV shows you need to watch right now. There's 8 shows in this list. Most of these shows are comedies, but I've also included a few cool dramas that you need to watch as well. Right, let's get into the list. First on the list is a really funny comedy series called Ronny Chieng, International Student. It stars comedian Ronny Chieng, and the show is loosely based on Chieng's own experiences as an international student studying law in Australia. The series premiered in 2017 on ABC in Australia and BBC Three in the UK. Unfortunately, it only has 1 season with 6 episodes. The show follows the fictionalised version of Ronny Chieng as he navigates the challenges and absurdities of being an international student in Australia. The character Ronny is a Malaysian Chinese student who has come to Australia to study law. Throughout the series, he encounters a variety of cultural differences, academic pressures, and humorous situations while trying to fit into his new environment. Ronny Chieng, International Student, is appreciated for its witty humour, cultural insights, and Ronny Chieng's charismatic performance. It offers an entertaining and relatable look into the experiences of international students in a foreign country. I highly recommend this TV series. It's such a shame that it's only 1 season long. Next on the list is a show called After the Verdict. When 4 very different people meet on jury duty, it seems as though their lives are going to go back to normal when the high-profile murder case is finished. But as they return to their normal lives, they start to wonder if they made the right decision. The handful of jurors who think the accused is guilty take things into their own hands and decide to do some more research on their own. But their investigation into the murder makes them question more than just the case. Problems in their personal lives are brought to the surface, as well as their actions taken whilst investigating come back to bite them, as they get a sense that there's certain people out there that really don't want the group sticking their noses in where it isn't welcome. A pretty cool drama, this one. Shame it's only 1 season long, about a group of jurors who aren't sure the decision they made is the correct one. I definitely recommend this show. Next up is a show I've only recently come across and found pretty funny. The show is called Utopia, a television comedy series that makes fun of the workings of government agencies and the bureaucracy surrounding large-scale infrastructure projects. The show first premiered in 2014 and ran for 5 seasons. It gained a loyal following due to its sharp wit, clever humour, and insightful commentary on the challenges and absurdities of government organisations, particularly in the context of major public works projects. Utopia follows the fictional Nation Building Authority, a government agency responsible for overseeing and managing various infrastructure projects across the country. The characters in the show deal with a range of projects, from building a new airport and motorways to urban development and more. The humour of the show often arises from the clash between idealistic visions of grand projects and the bureaucratic hurdles, red tape and internal politics that come with trying to make those visions a reality. The characters are a mix of passionate, well-meaning individuals, inept bureaucrats, and self-serving politicians, all navigating the challenges of getting things done in a government setting. Next up on the list is a show called Summer Heights High, a mockumentary television series created by comedian Chris Lilly. The show originally aired in 2007 and is known for its comedic portrayal of high school life through the perspective of 3 main characters, all played by Chris Lilly. The 3 main characters in the show are Mr. Greg Gregson, a flamboyant drama teacher, Jamie King, a self-absorbed private school exchange student, and Jonah Takaluka, a rebellious student who often gets kicked out of class for bad behaviour. Summer Heights High is well known for its sharp and often cringe-worthy humour, as well as commentary on social dynamics and teenage experiences. The show's documentary-style format adds its satirical and exaggerated deception of high school life, making it both entertaining and thought-provoking. This show is only 1 season long, and I've watched it many times. If you haven't seen it, then I highly recommend it. Next up is a show called Angry Boys. It's made by the same person who made Summer Heights High. The show was made in a fake documentary style. Chris Lilly plays several characters on the show, who each have their own story. But my favourite characters on the show are Daniel and Nathan, who are identical twins that live on a farm in the outback. They both have behavioural issues and are a great annoyance to the rest of the family and the local village. Another funny character is a rapper named Smouse. He was a terrible rapper who thinks he's amazing. He sings about how he lives in a rough neighbourhood and how poor he is, even though he's a spoilt rich kid living in Hollywood. The show uses humour and satire to address various themes, including identity, cultural differences, fame, adolescence, and family dynamics. Like many of Chris Lilly's works, Angry Boys relies on the ability to portray multiple characters with distinct personalities, often creating over-the-top and exaggerated portrayals. Moving on to a really interesting drama now, The Newsreader is a television series that aired in 2021. The show is set in the 1980s and centres around the world of television news reporting. The show explores the personal and professional lives of its characters against the backdrop of significant historical events and the evolving media landscape. Set against the backdrop of real-world events such as the Falklands War and the rise of newsroom technology, the series provides a nostalgic look at the news industry during the 1980s. The Newsreader balances drama, character development, and historical context to provide a compelling and immersive narrative. This was a really cool drama to watch, kind of dark and very tense at moments. A great watch. Another cool drama now, Mr. Inbetween, is a dark comedy drama series that aired between 2018 and 2021. The show follows the life of a hitman named Ray Shoesmith, who juggles his violent criminal activities and his responsibilities as a father. The series delves into the complexities of Ray's double life, exploring the interactions with his daughter Brittany, his ex-wife, his best friend Gary, and his employer Freddie. Ray navigates his criminal career with a certain level of professionalism, but also grapples with personal struggles, moral dilemmas, and the challenges of maintaining relationships in the midst of a dangerous occupation. Mr. Inbetween is known for its dark humour, blending intense and violent scenes with moments of everyday life and casual banter. The show offers a character-driven narrative that humanises Ray despite his criminal activities, portraying him as a complex individual with a sense of morality and loyalty despite his violent profession. And finally on this list is a show called Class of '07, which is shown on Amazon Prime. When an apocalyptic tidal wave hits during a 10-year reunion of an all-girls high school, a group of women must find a way to survive on the island peak of the high school campus. This show has an all-female cast and apparently an all-female production crew. The show shows how a group of women would deal with being stranded in a school during a flood. They must work together to work out how to find food and how to get the electricity turned back on. The show is funny in how they must invent rules and develop a hierarchy to find a way to survive, and to stop them bitching and hating each other. And that concludes my list of 8 Australian shows you need to watch right now. Watch them and let me know which one is your favourite. Also let me know which shows you'd add to the list. And thanks for watching.